Hangman's Alley is an essential settlement in Fallout 4's survival mode. And in today's video, I'm going to walk you through my Hangman's Alley, talk to you about why I think it's such an important settlement, and also give you guys tips and tricks to do in your next survival playthrough. So we're going to get started. I'm going to make my way down. And the biggest thing I want to stress with the settlement is I've built it up pretty decently at this point. Guys, I'm level 34 at this stage in my survival playthrough, so I've had some time to collect scrap, collect settlement materials, and junk to really build this up. And the biggest thing I would stress is, you know, with the location on this map, you are seriously putting yourself in a great position to get anywhere you need to get without spending all day running. Now, granted, of course, you know, being that this map is so vast, if you've got to run all the way up to Finch Farm, or even go back to Sanctuary, it's not a short trip. You know, getting to the castle is not terrible, but again, you're going through the heart of the Commonwealth, and in here is a lot of danger. So the biggest thing really to think about is this is kind of a central hub, especially before you have the caps to purchase home plate in Diamond City. I think this is really going to be a settlement that, honestly, home plate doesn't really serve much of a purpose. In survival mode, it's cool to get at some point, but I'd rather use my caps generating some revenue back to myself in the way of vendors. So setting up traders and vendors in settlements is big. But for the most part, guys, the biggest thing I want you to know is a settlement recruitment beacon is not essential for a survival playthrough. I actually disabled this because I got way more settlers here than a guy should really have. If I look at my build menu at this point, I mean, I've got 13 settlers here. A couple of them are named NPCs, being that they are Piper and Kate I currently have here. And the reason I put some of my followers here is because they're accessible. So if I want to swap one of them out for a quest or for role-playing reasons, they're here and they're conveniently located in the middle of the map, so I can kind of replace them whenever. What I will tell you is keeping this door chained and keeping the door at the other end locked essentially put you in a position to have the most optimal defense strategy possible, because enemies can't wander in through this door and they can't wander in through the chain door. Now, granted, I will tell you, enemies actually do spawn. They can spawn here, not super likely, but oftentimes enemies actually spawn right here in this courtyard. So, because of that, I actually like putting a turret here that can shoot them when they spawn, a turret there, and that one doesn't have good visibility out here, but I do like having it here because once they breach that wall, you've got a line of sight turret there, and you've got this turret up here, which is actually hard for the enemies to toggle onto and shoot until they're already within firing range of both this turret and the next turret. So again, highly recommend this settlement. You know, place down a few beds. This is one of those structures that you cannot delete, but it can actually start to get destroyed. Actually, and I take it back. You can destroy this one. You cannot destroy this one. So that's one thing to keep in mind, is this structure, regardless of what you have going on, has gotta be here. So what I like to do is build a top and really go vertical in Hangman's Alley. But again, you don't need to do anything crazy early game. This is a settlement to get your feet wet, put you in a central location on the map, and give you access to all the amenities and traders of Diamond City.
Farming.
One reason I like to keep this here is if there's a component I really need to
we
craft
taught him
something,
a lesson this time.
I can buy components
I'm sure
directly from this general trader. So being that this general trader is in my settlement, it's quick access to really, you know, any junk amenities that I could possibly need to craft something really quickly. So that's one silver lining. You know, obviously having a medic on any settlement is going to be a huge plus, but a general trader is not a bad option, especially when you're early game and going to be needing some materials. Being able to sell then some, you know, miscellaneous weapons that you don't need, and then buy back with the money you've made some miscellaneous junk as well. The biggest things to remember, guys, in survival mode are water pumps are essential. They take you from being parched, thirsty, what have you, to being properly hydrated. And I like to have food here too, because obviously with food, I've got an endless supply to keep me well fed and keep my AP meter from taking negative effects and to keep me from suffering, you know, the -1 endurance, which again, not only does it lower your AP meter and blocks it off similar to what rads do, but it also reduces the overall AP you have. So that's just one thing to keep in mind when doing this. And the AP refresh rate from lethargy, that's a sleeping. I got that quote-unquote illness from sleeping. So the biggest thing is, remember, pick beds up off the floor. Don't keep them on the ground, because those are more likely to give you an illness. And if it's not covered by a roof, you can't sleep for very long. This is really here for aesthetics. And you can really do some cool things in Hangman's Alley. So let me know what you guys think of this build. Let me know what you guys think about survival mode and some of these tips I mentioned. And if you like videos like this, stick around and subscribe. I'd love to get some engagement from you guys in the comments and really just kind of talk on what you guys like to see in survival mode and what you like to do on your builds here at Hangman Alley yourselves. Do you use Hangman's Alley? Are you playing survival? And if you're not playing survival, what would it take for you to play survival? Because I really think it's a fun way to play. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and we will see you in the next video.